Hello and welcome back everyone to Der Dilettant, and today I'm playing a warrior, and this is super fun to play. Leveling this has been amazing, especially because of this skill, Boneshatter, and we always have to set it up first, so that's a little bit complicating sometimes, but once we set it up we can clear everything around us very nicely and easily. Let's go jump like this. This is the symbol that shows us we can do it, and then we just clear everything around us. And so we have very good mobility with the jumping around. We jump in, we set it up, and we clear everything around us with Boneshatter. Super amazing. Let's get into it.
You could be magnificent.
I'm required to kill, so I kill. That is enough.
That's enough for the provinces, but not for Rome.
And with like with all of my leveling and league starter guides, I will focus on a few selected skills that are easy to scale, and you can use them through the whole campaign and then level up into any ascendancy and then go into any other build as you wish. So this could be totems, this could be whatever you kind of like, but from the beginning you get two skills that are really good. This is Boneshatter. This one we're going to use all the time. It's just the most amazing skill probably I've seen from leveling any character so far. And then right at the start we also get Rolling Slam, which is also very good because it sets up for the Boneshatter. Then a little bit later we will add Infernal Cry and Shield Charge, and even later we will add the Perfect Strike with combination with Infernal Cry is really strong against bosses. Shield Charge is good in the offhand to actually have increased mobility. This is also one of the reasons why I went into this so detailed, is because of the speed runs and the warriors that have been so dominant in the speed run challenges, especially Agormus just defeating everyone 3 times in a row in these speed runs. So really amazing. You have very nice abilities to with the Shield Charge, and later on with the Leap Slam. Yeah, Leap Slam you can jump over things, and Shield Charge you can just charge into stuff really quickly. So this is the last skill we need. That's the Leap Slam. Let's go into the skills one by one. So from the beginning you will get the Mace strikes when you put in a two-handed mace in your one hand, and I go off with the second hand with a one-handed mace and a shield, so you can actually kind of balance it out how much damage you deal or how much stun build-up you can make. So the Boneshatter is really the most amazing ability. You get it very early on, and I would recommend you to just focus on trying to getting down to enable this attack and then using this attack as often as possible. It's just really ridiculously strong. And it reads here, attacks enemy with a melee strike. The strike will cause a heavy stun on enemies that are primed for stun. So the priming for stun, that's really the crucial point that you need to look out for. And this is something that you actually have to tune in a little bit to kind of get it right. So we're gonna try to use everything around us so that we actually usually prime for stun and not already heavy stun. Because if we heavy stun the enemies in the first hit, then we can't use the Boneshatter. So we actually sometimes have to reduce the damage and reduce the stun amount so that we can set up for the stun. So primed for stun here, it says we need to get around 40% or 60, 70, 80%, depending if it's a magic, rare or unique enemy. So you have to, let's aim for 50 to 60% stun usually. And what I mean by this is quite easy. Let's go in. I have here the one-handed mace strike, and let's see how much stun we build up. So this is rare here, and you can see here I hit him twice, and you can see the yellow bar under his name is halfway there. Let's hit him once more. Now he is primed for stun. Now I can finish him off with the Boneshatter, and this was heavy stunning him. You saw him getting heavy stun for 2 seconds. This is the amazing ability. So in the beginning you want to do the one-handed mace strike or the two-handed mace strike and just setting up the stun, and then you can easily hit him down with the second one with the ability of the Boneshatter and then killing him off very easily. So the fastest way to kill everything here with this setup is always the same one. While we go and try to find a boss, You go in, you can tap someone for the stun and then hit the... I have it on right click, so I left click for stun, for setting up stun, and then bone shatter everything. So very easy, just hit with and then set up the bone shatter and then bone shatter. So always tap and bone shatter. This is the fastest and easiest way to just go through all the gear, go through the rooms and kill everything. Super easy, super fast. And yeah, that's the way we will go and find the boss here. Unfortunately, I died at the boss because I was trying to set up the video. So let's see if I can do it better this time.
Do you think I'm afraid?
I think you've been afraid all your life.
Unlike Maximus the Invincible, who knows no fear.
I knew a man who once said death smiles at us all. All a man can do is smile back.
The next skill we're gonna get very early on is the rolling slam. That's also super amazing and is good for clearing and for setting up the stun. And also here we are trying to set up for the stun, so kind of try to manage how much stun and damage you deal. You can either do it on a one-handed or two-handed weapon by controlling your weapon sets down here. I went for weapon set 1 at the moment, which is my one-handed, because I have to make sure that I don't deal too much damage. This one is actually too strong. It just immediately kills enemies or deals too much stun damage. So I actually went in here, put my one-handed on weapon set 1 and said this rolling slam I want to use with the one-handed weapon. And then I set up the bone shatter here with weapon set 2 with a very slow and physical damage intense two-handed mace here, so that he will switch to this hand two-handed and do the bone shatter with this weapon instead. So this works really amazingly, and this is exactly how I set it up. You might tweak it a little bit depending on how much stun you have and how much damage you deal with these. But let's go in and show the rolling slam. I have put in Fist of War here. This will just boost it for a bit of more damage every 6 seconds. But yeah, you can play around whatever works for you the best. And let's go read the skill. Slam the ground to stun enemies back and knock them away. Then continue forward, perform a devastating second slam. So this one, let's go in here. We have a first slam which deals damage and a second slam which deals even more damage. It looks like this. We're gonna slam the ground and then slam another second time. And the first slam is usually quite good at actually stunning enemies. So I will round up some enemies here. I will slam the ground once, and then I will actually break the animation. And then we see we actually got quite some nice stun going on already. Let's do it again. Here we go. I broke the animation again by pressing space. So my dodge, if I wouldn't break the animation, it would like this. I would slam the ground and then hit everyone again. But the second hit is usually not as good. It deals more damage and is better at killing enemies. But I usually like to actually just set up the stun and then roll away to try to get, yeah, these guys got too much stun. So they actually were not primed for stun. They actually got too much damage, too much stun for this to be useful with the combination with Boneshatter. So this is something you can just play around with. Both abilities are really great. Before you get the leap, you can always use the rolling slam. And the rolling slam, as I said, it's good for priming the people. You can also use it just to kill enemies because it can also deal quite a bit of damage. So you can just try around what feels the best for you. For me, I usually went like this. I set them up and then I rolled away, and then I made sure to use the bone shatter with the second hand, with the two-hand weapons, because that is just the way to kill everything the quickest, like this. Boom. And then a little bit later, we're going to get the shield charge, and even later, we're going to get the leap slam. Let's get into these two because they give you something that all other classes during leveling don't have. It gives you amazing speed abilities. I mean, all the other classes can use it too, but we have it on our skill tree. So we are actually having the strength requirements. We have everything that we need. We have a one-hand and shield. which we need the shield for the shield charge, and we can kind of set up it like this. So shield charge I obviously have on my one-handed weapon set, which always switches to the one-handed shield when I shield charge, and the leap slam I actually also have on one hand. As I said, it's just the only thing that you want to do with the leap slam is also to move and also to set up your bone shatter. So that's why I changed it to the one-handed as well. And how does it look like? You can shield charge, looks like this. You just charge around a little bit. It has a little bit of a cooldown, so you can't always use it. And then once you have enemies, you can jump on top of them. And this is how it looks like. If they have 60-70% stun, they should look like this. And then it sets up this amazing ability. And that's where we're gonna head for. Let's try it again. Leap slam and set up the stun, and then we can bone shatter him with a two-handed weapon. And this is the whole loop that you want to do all the time. And it is really amazing to use leap slam and then set up for the bone shatter and then bone shatter. And then you can obviously use the one-handed or two-handed mace to just kill off enemies, or also set up the... And that's another way, or you can set up the bone shatter like this, and boom, killing off everything in, your everything around you, basically. So this is an awesome combination of skills. I really enjoyed using it. And let's get into how to fight bosses, because that would actually change just a tiny little bit. So for the bosses, we are going to use a completely different skill. We're going to use Perfect Strike. And Perfect Strike is one of the best boss killers that I have ever seen actually in this game, because it's just, it's just ridiculous the amount of damage it actually deals. So if you go over the skill, you can already see attack damage 190% here with the level 10 skill gem. And it says here converts physical damage to fire. And what does it actually do? It is something that can be increased to 700% damage if you time it right. So let's go and use the skill. It will charge up, and then it will actually, if you time it right, you see his mace will start to glow red, and then it has this little effect in the end. And if you time it exactly like this, you will actually see the fire in the end. So doing it too short, there will be no fire. Doing it too long, there will also be no fire. If you do it exactly right, this is the perfect time method, and then you will deal an insane amount of damage. And also, you will also ignite the enemy. Let's see if we can find a rare somewhere. So when you finally arrive at the bosses, you just want to use the Infernal Try and Perfect Strike. Let's go in, use the Perfect Strike, set it up, and hit him. I think it got interrupted there. There we go. This one is actually not perfectly easy. Ooh, nearly drowned in lava there. That's bad. This guy is actually quite tough with fire damage. He seems to be... I can't remember him being this tough actually, but maybe he has good armor and good fire resistances, so he's not that easy to kill with my set of skills here. Let's go in and try some more. There we go. Yes, so those are the skills we're going to use against bosses, and that's pretty much that pretty much sums everything up. Let's go and look into the passive skill tree. So the skill tree here, I am just gonna focus around dealing more damage, two-hand damage, more stun, just kind of what you need, take it. For example, I went into more area of effect here to increase the area of effect of the Boneshatter, but in the beginning I just went more melee damage, and here stun build up melee damage. I went down here for more armor from the body armor. I went up here, more damage and more increased melee damage against heavy stunned enemies as well. Then I went down here for the two-handed weapon here for more damage, a little bit reduced attack speed, but that's fine. Stun build-up and two-handed damage, really, really cute here. And then going down here, I just picked up this one here. Your hits can't be evaded, so you don't have to get the accuracy at anywhere. You just can just play on and you will hit all your hits. This is actually super nice. And then we go down here. We're gonna do increased attack speed and attack damage and stun build up. And I went here for a jewel here and here. Then break armor when heavy stunning an enemy. This one will recover a little bit of life down here. And then we deal more damage and stun build up with maces. And these two I didn't take. I think they're quite nice as well. But yeah, I just focused on area of damage next. So I want to take these ones here. And then we will see where I can get more area of effect. This is actually quite nice. Nice to have. So maybe I will go for these ones next here, or these ones here. But yeah, this is my passive tree. Let's talk about the gear. And in the last video I made, someone mentioned that I actually found a very nice staff, and it kind of is super easy when you find a nice staff. You're totally right. When you find a good weapon, it's super easy. And that's why we're trying to get a good weapon all the time with any character. This is what this whole game is about. Get a good weapon to make your build good. I don't know. It seems super redundant to talk about this. You have to get a good weapon to have a good build. It's just, you know, the basics. And for this build, you want to have as much physical damage as possible. And also, it doesn't hurt if it's just a very slow high damage weapon. So yeah, I went into trade and actually went for highest physical damage. I set up the filter for like 5 exalts or something like that and traded this because yeah, trading is just the easiest way to get a good weapon. If you're self-found, you know, do the usual crafting, check the vendors all the time, and pick up the white ones and boost them up with your Orb of Alchemy or with the Orb of Augmentation, Transmutation, and Regal Orb. And yeah, try to find a good weapon as soon as possible. And then we have a little bit of added physical damage on rings, and maybe even the gloves, or fire damage to attacks. Then we have I have life on everything, and then also a little bit of resistances, obviously. But everything else is just really, yeah, things you build around. And of course, I want a little bit movement speed on the boots. And that's pretty much it. And then we can have jewels that increase melee damage, stun build up as well, life leech maybe, yeah, a damage with war cries you can put in there. And also increased magnitude of ignite would also help in some cases, but it's not that super important. And then I actually found my second support gem level 2. So what you can do with those is obviously increase once again. You can try to increase the all the things that we talked about. Break armor is nice. Increasing physical damage is nice. Try to make the stun build up. Exactly so that you can, with your one-handed taps, you want to build the stun to 60-70%, and also with the two-handed mace you can use to pummel down the enemies. But in the end, you want perfect strike to deal with bosses. You want shield charge and leap slam for high mobility, and also stun a little bit with leap slam, and then bone shatter to just killing everything off. And yeah, let's go into my used support gems for now. So rolling slam, I put in ancestral boosted. It will just increase the damage around 20%, I think each 20 seconds. Ancestral boosted, more damage and area of effect. Then the most important skill, Boneshatter, I put magnified effect, 40% more area of effect, which is really awesome because it just increases the size of the circle in which everything will get deleted by your two-handed mace strike. And then you have brutality with 35 more physical damage, 35% more physical damage. Heavy swing, 35% more melee physical damage, but less attack speed, which is, yeah, amazing. So we have a lot of more physical damage in a wider area of effect. This is just the thing that deletes everything around you. Then we have the perfect strike. We do the window of opportunity here to reduce the perfect timing window, but increasing the damage by another 50%. And then I have fire infusion here to deal 25, gain 25% fire damage, and support the skill with 25% more attack speed, so you can just hit more often in short amount of time, also increasing the DPS. Perfect strike here. For me, this is 6,000 to 9,000 damage. I have not upgraded this whatsoever. You can boost this even more if you so want to. And otherwise, I have my Infernal Cry here with Premedition. So this one will boost my attack. Usually I use it before my perfect strike. And then Premedition deals 15% more damage to the supported skills and increasing the cooldown recovery, so we can use it more often. And I have also Overwhelming Presence in here. This is my spirit gem I use. I mean, you can use whatever you want. There's some other skill gems, support spirit gems, which are also nice. You could go for Herald of Ash here, which is super awesome because you just do overkill damage. But I kind of thought, like, I'm deleting everything with Boneshatter all the time, so I don't really need it. So for me, Overwhelming Presence just is nice to increase the stun threshold or reduce it the enemies have. Maybe go for Berserker later. And if you need it, you can also try to find something that will actually increase your life gain somehow. But yeah, it kind of depends what you really like. This is what I went for. With Vitality, you regenerate a little bit of your life sometimes. But yeah, this is my build guide for the warrior. It is amazing to play. It's super fun to play. Go get a warrior. Don't be scared of it. It's really awesome. Give me a like. Give me a follow on the channel. That really helps me out. And yeah, have fun. Thank you guys for tuning in so much, and see you guys next time. Bye.